Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a quoi qui j'ai loupé prince. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé. T'as bien de moi avec moi nous deux. En ce moment, on va battre au moins néo. On t'a dit t'as mouillé. On s'est battu pour moi dit quoi. Abela loke yo. Kago so aduro. Hey. Awaye. Ati oro a. Yao. Abela loke yo. Níbi tó jọba yìí. Níbi tó yànba. Máa ti sùn ọ̀pẹ yo. Máa jẹ́ jíjí. Wọ́n pè jamais forcé o. Si tu connais. L'animateur Choco Nostra Yassin de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Good evening. Samson told Liberian Pub Radio. Thank you for joining us again this evening. We're here again. Thank you. My goodness. Samson told, what's going on with you, dude? Wow. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Oh, what's your deal? What's the deal here, dude? Wow. All the sour in America are going in you. What's going on with you? We gotta do something about this. Yeah, this is going to be something. But anyway, thank you, folks. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Those of you that are joining us, we say thank you. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you for our lives. We want to thank you for all that you do for us, my Lord. We are just as pretty in your eyes as anything else. Thank you. My Lord, we ask you to continue to bless us, to continue to guide us. Thank you for your blanket of love. You're the only person that when somebody is hurting, you can step in and ease the pain. You have that within you. Those of us that believe in you, those of us that know you, places that you took us from, my God, from the bottom of the barrel, you took us from there and brought us to this point. Oh my God, you're just wonderful. You're just wonderful. Some of us were thinking, there's no reason to be here. I've done everything possible. There's nothing else. And then when we turn to you, you brought joy, you brought peace, you brought everything in our life. Thank you. My Lord, I ask you, because those of us that know you, we know you have that power. And I'm asking you tonight to look around the family, to look around the people, whoever is suffering tonight, going through a lot of pain tonight. My God, Please step in. Bring the joy. Bring peace to that person. Bring peace to the family of those who are suffering tonight for whatever reason. My God, you're wonderful. And we will be out here to praise you because you are good. If we sit here tonight and start naming all of the good things that you have done before, we won't have no place to go. We will be here 24 hours because that's how good you are. Your goodness has no boundary. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. We also want to thank you tonight for the Republic of Liberia. We say, my Lord, please bless the Republic of Liberia. Bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Let them do good for our people. My Lord, there are brothers and sisters that are suffering in Ghana tonight from the Buduburan camp. We ask you to step in. Even as they sit on the rain tonight, no place to sleep, give them the blanket of love. We ask you, my Lord, see that they find hope. Where there is no hope, provide hope for them. Because you have the power to do so. And we will continue to pray to you. We'll continue to ask you. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Buduburan camp in Ghana tonight. They're going through a lot of problems, and I'm not here to litigate what happened, what didn't happen. I know God will take complete control, and we will continue to pray for them. I know people sending money and relatives and what have you, but you just, even if they have the money, some of them, their peace has been disturbed, and we ask that God will continue to see reason to step in and bring some comfort to their life. Let's move on. Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah. Tapler, that's good of you. That's good of you. If you care to call in right now, if you want to call in right now and make that announcement on LPR, we'll open the line for you. Just text, type in here in this message area that yes, you're ready, and I will send you the number, and you can call directly. We don't have to go through all our political tabata. This is very important, and if you're doing this wonderful job, we want to showcase you as much as possible. So if you want to Tapla, if you want to make a call on LPR, we can open the line immediately for you to make that call. Just type in here now that yes, indeed, you want to do that, and then we'll open the line for you to call. Okay? So I'll be watching. All right. Folks, like I said, there are Liberians all over. It's like a birthplace for many Liberian diaspora, to be honest with you. The camp, I got my wife from the camp. So I'm very connected to the camp. When I went to the camp, 2001, when I went to the camp, there were a lot of Liberians. Got my wife from there. The mom, my daughter, I brought them back here, and the mom would send her back to Liberia because she's not with us anymore. But I'm just saying how many of us are connected to the camp. So let's continue to offer our prayer. Those of you that want to do some organizing to see how best we can help our brothers and sisters back home, please do so, and we can be reached here on Liberian Public Radio as well. So while I'm waiting, because this guy said we are organizing all Liberian youth conference. Okay, so let me send him the number so he can call me right away. So let's reply to him. Then we say 916 533 2048. Okay. So that's the number. Let me just set the phone up so you can call me, and that way you'll be connected immediately. So let's see now. Okay. Okay. So let me set it up here. Okay, one is set up, I'll let you know, and you can call right away. Okay, it's coming, it's connecting. Okay, it is connected for call. So give me a call, my brother. I just sent the number out. Give me a call. The number is here. I reply to you. The number is yes. Okay, 916-533-2048. Give me a call, and you can. It doesn't matter what position I'm on the platform tonight. Whenever you call, I will answer your call right away. So that's why I didn't open a platform line, because I only want you alone to call, and so that we can have a conversation here. Okay, folks, thank you for joining me tonight. Samson told Tabata is ready. Tabata is the game. Tabata is the name of today. But we already asked, we will be fair, we will be truthful. Okay, let me go ahead. Samson told Labra Pabrido, what's your name, where you're calling from? What's on your mind, please?
Hey, good evening. I'm Mr. Samuel Tapla.
Okay, Mr. Tapla,
I'm calling from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Thank you. Go ahead. I suppose you're calling for the issue that is happening in Ghana.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So we got a program that we are planning in Liberia. You know, I mean, first of all, let me say thank you so much. You guys are doing well by disseminating information. That's bring unity among the Liberian community. So I'm gonna applaud you people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we are trying to organize all Liberian youth conference around the 15 counties. So the first meeting was held today in Monrovia, Liberia.
All right.
So a country that is divided, they said a house that is divided against itself cannot stand.
Right.
So another motto is divided we fall, united we stand.
Right.
If we need Liberia to move on another level, we need to unite ourselves.
Okay.
So the unity comes from the youth. I'm not a youth,
right.
But
So
I'm standing by to
stop. Can you just give me that before I go on with my show? I thought when I saw your message on there, it was very interesting. So I thought I'd give you a call so you can give me the credentials. What is the number you want people to call? Any website where they can go to have those kinds of information, please.
605
605
961
961
8120.
8120. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Folks, you heard that from Tapler himself. He's organizing the youth to want to see how best we can have these discussions for unity and perhaps help other people in the present. Okay, Mr. Tapler, I saw your message and I thought I'd call you, let you call in first. Usually we wait for some time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will still be monitoring.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So you heard your brother calling. But anyhow, those of you that are also doing what you can for the brothers and sisters in Ghana, reach out to any of us here too. We can have that message displayed as well. So let's go ahead. First thing first. Liberia is a country of 5+ million. I don't know. You see, they think about it, million people here. I left Liberia when we were about 1.5 million. So now I'm coming to tell you, now in 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 45, 50, you mean we have grown that much? 3+ million in 10, 15, 20 years? How did it happen? What did it come from? I know you can say they've been having children, but remember that we have a war. But yet still, our population increased. What factor? Well, that's something else. I'm not ready for my tabata on that one yet. I will let it go for now. But let me just say this. Liberia is a country. Sometimes when you think about our behaviors and you wonder, how did he even got into civil war? What was the essence of the civil war? How did we get there? And then you say, but Mr. Toh, did you not see 1980? Yes, I saw it. I was part of it. I was almost like 80 to 90% involved. Then you will say, but Mr. Toh, most likely that's the root cause. And I will say, okay, I accept that. But let's go back to Southtown, the Southtown War. What happened? So, but the main thing I want to talk about right now, Liberia is a country of loving people. You just heard this gentleman just call a few minutes ago trying to organize Liberian about unity. Liberia and Liberians are always together. Here in the diaspora, this coming Friday, if you go anywhere, it's a Liberian gathering. You look on this side, you'll find 4 or 5 people talking. We'll look on the side, 4 or 5 people talking. They're talking nothing but politics of Liberia. How, for them, where they think Liberia is supposed to be. Every one of us in the diaspora have knowledge of how to improve the Liberian situation. We all love Liberia. What happened with President Weah? I'm not even going to go into the legality of it. I'm speaking strictly from the total view. Unacceptable, President Baka. And I listened to the young lady that I know well as well, Madam Cooper. I know her. I've seen her. We have interacted on many occasions. When she was with Eula, we all mango here. When they came here in Sacramento, they were at my place and stuff like that. So I know her. But from her to come out and make a statement to say that the president and the rest of the people are seeking attention, they are not ready. We cannot have these people to continue like that. We have to call them out. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. No matter what. We asked the people to vote him out. They did. He has not been charged with any crime. He has not committed any crime. As far as I'm concerned, he cannot be treated as though he's not a Liberian, let alone former president of Liberia. 6 years under his watch. 6 years. No war. No war. No war. No war. You said, yeah, people die and whatever. Okay, I accept that. You said the economy was bad. Okay, I accept that. But he kept the peace for 6 years when Liberian was rocking. Okay? COVID-19 came through on his watch. On this president that I, Samson, Toh, stood on this platform and I say I want him out. For 6 years, he kept the peace. When the COVID-19 came on his watch, we were able to succeed. No. Besides that, the kinds of things this president has done, I'm not talking about his presidential. I'm not talking about his presidential. I mean, as a Liberian, things that he has done. Many of us will try from now to judgment that we can't get there. That a man coming to Montreal, that day 4 place, smelling place, the man coming your town, he say he can't pass in the other building. I don't care if the building is set up for presidents, for ordinary, and people are like, oh, we the Pupu platoon. Yeah, well, we'll call your pusher outside. But when that president, someone who served for you for 6 years, because of his serving because of his ability to lead. You didn't go to war. You want to tell me you're going to treat him like that? You want to tell me you're going to treat him like that? Unacceptable. Wrong. President, we are deserve better than that. Yeah, people say, well, the lady came out and the president, and when they didn't do anything, we have to put the. I don't care. You can put Diamond and go in there. He is your president. He is your former president. He must be given the due respect. My goodness. You think you're lucky that President we are. You're able to put your hand on him to arrest him. They say, I'm going through that. What you will do? You think that Prefect Key become president former? You think Prefect Key will let you do this kind of foolish thing to him? He will go through. What you will do? You will go arrest him? But because President, we are like the peaceful beast. Oh, we said that. Oh, the man guy, he's not good. The man, he just not able to. Yeah, I differ with him on policy. I strongly differ with him on policy. I wanted him out, but I will not let you and sit on this platform and let you treat him as though he's not a Liberian. Far from it. Far from it. The policy, his policy was rotten to the core. But yet, people were getting paid. Even if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 months, they were getting paid. People were eating. Even if they were hungry, 4, 5 days, they were eating. Rice shortage, rice come back in. Gas shortage, gas come back in. Honor his watch. Honor his watch. If he didn't have the crocodile people, President we would have done better. What y'all want? What y'all want? What kind of business is this? Then you're coming to disturb the liberal like this? Eh? Former president of the Republic of Liberia. Former president. Then he come there and say, oh, the other party for president. Who is he? He's a former president. He served. Do you know what it means to serve? Do you understand what it means to serve? It means you give up for me. It means you give up the right of your own. You are serving for the people. We didn't agree. I was on here. I wanted him out. I campaigned vigorously for him to be out. But that does not mean you must treat him as such. Unacceptable. Wicked. That's bad. We're not gonna let you get away with it. I heard a lady, and the people look. What attention! The man went to Hero. People were flocking to. Even the pigeon were eating out of him. That in Montreal, the people giving you food to eat. That the attention you want. What kind of attention? Dusty attention. You're sitting there, mosquito infested the area. People trying for you to do good. The people praising you to do good. They're going to come and show your ugly face, ugly hands in our faces. Eh? What kind of business is this? What kind of business is this? What happened? A president, we are saying, you know what? I'm not taking your foolishness. I'm going through that. What y'all will do? What y'all will do? What y'all will do? Nothing. Nothing. See the kind of thing you're doing? You're able to do it to people like Charles Taylor, former president. Even a Prefect Key, if you were president, he will go through that. You're able to stop him. What kind of business is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, you're not count to. You're count now to put your thumb on us. Oh, you're count now to give for people who we don't even want. You're giving it to your corner. You're occupying all the offices, putting your relatives and your sister and your brothers and whoever, putting it all over the place. And then you come here and then say the presidential. Look, you mind yourself. What? Unacceptable. Intellectual, I throw the international business outside today. Today, they want you from total town. All over me, total. Your queen business. I like your queen business today. What kind of business is it? No, on a very serious note, this man served for 6 years. No war. I can live from here. Even if I were able to, which is not in me, to curse the president, I will leave from here and go all the way to Tota at night, and nobody will say "Fwant" to me. Where your knee? Samson told, okay, go through. Nobody will say "Fwant" to me. I will leave Monrovia 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll get to Tota around 3 in the afternoon. Nobody bother me. All of the gates from Monrovia. Let me see how many gates. I will do my best. You got me so vexed. I think I will remember the gate then. I don't know the name, but they got one they call 15 gate. They got another one before you get to Kakata. They got Kakata gate. Then they got another gate before you get to Manga. Then they got Manga gate. Then they got 2 or 3 gates in Nima County. Then another Tabata 4 or 5 gates before you get to Tabata. And maybe from Monrovia to Tota, maybe about 10 gates. All mined by police. I leave from Monrovia 2 o'clock in the morning. I go all the way to Tota. Nobody said "Fwant" to me. Honor his wife. Then that a man, you say you can't run. Who are you? Are you not a Liberian? Who are you? President Bakama Final, who made a foolish statement, who made a foolish decision, and that person needs to be punished, not fired. But that person must be reminded that Liberia must be for all. Unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable behavior. Yeah, he's a thing. You see, President Baka is aware of it. He's not the one that gave the instruction, but what he's aware of, he knows that this election, because he won the election, not because they wanted President Baka based on his experience and based on the fact that he's able to lead and based on the fact that I kind of nyama rescue, they rescue, what rescue where? What rescue where? That not for it. Voted for President Baka in the rescue mission because President George Weah failed. And the people got angry and they were going to vote against President Weah. That's why. Then your thing now said because you got the angry vote, you now get the sympathy vote. The people sympathizing with you, not because they love you, they gave you the vote because of sympathy vote. Now you want to come and abuse that now. You better be that 6 years, that 6 years, 6 years. We always go in heaven. We always be here. That 6 years. That 6 years. They want to kick you out, then you want to come back to America. Your conference, the person who running the Ralph, he used to live here. He didn't know anything much about Montreal. And now the same man were going with a renting car. What kind of business is this? You can't do one of us. Even Samson told, sat on a platform and said, I don't want President Weah anymore. And I've always stated this. My opposition to President Weah was based strictly on policy issue. Your watch. President, we are coming by. I laugh because they were CDC put themselves together. And Monu resign. Jefferson Koshi will soon go. CDC coming to be in line. You're not careful. You don't put yourself together and start putting your act together. CDC will come back and soak you. And now, instead of CDC putting their foot in your mouth, that you will be putting your foot and your hands and everything in your mouth. And I will not help you. What kind of business? And your team say, we'll just sit down here and come on the platform and dance for President. Oh, President, I dance for President Baka every day. And then y'all come and, why you, the lady came, what really got to me? It's all the people just seeking attention. We got important issue in the country here, and then we're going to talk about launch. Yes, then why you want to disgrace the man for? If you know you got important issue, why will you even bother yourself telling the people making that kind of, you don't come back and say, no, this is not how we're supposed to treat each other. Number one, he's a former president and he must be respected. What kind of business is this? Unity Party, you're not come by again. You're not come by again. You're not come by again. That is seen where you were there for 12 years. You were unable to establish a structure, political structure. You were not able to put it. You're not come by again. Instead, you have to pay attention, to lead, to make us to know what we need to do. You're not come by again. President Baka told us that this country belongs to all of us. You're not come by again to try to divide us. You think we will talk for ourselves this time around? This time, United Party, you people myself, foot to foot. I will praise you when you do good. I will come to you when you do wrong. One of them is tonight. What kind of business is this? Because I call myself liberal, you will be abusing people. It ain't happening anymore. What? No, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Mr. George, when you're ready, just let me know. I don't know if you're there. Let me see. Okay, he's not there yet. All right. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, it's my case. I am making my case tonight. I am making my case. You don't even get light. You think that me, President, you didn't come back to your dark country? You didn't come back there? Eh? They may come me. Yeah, you know the party people. You're not smart. You're not smart. You will make President Baka to fail, but we will not a liar. And you also what they told you, what's his name? Amos Tue, what he did to John Molu. I was on here for weeks. You're coming again. You also hear my mouth. I think I come to sit here for a look at. You're not smart. President, we are come from abroad. Okay, you let him in. Let the man show to the people that this is the reason why I conceded. Because I knew that another government coming and they will do well. We will criticize, but we will criticize with responsibility and respect. That is respect you're wanting to. So when you come tomorrow now, your team they make it, yeah. You know the people, that is sitting you're there for 12 years. Your team your own Liberia. Your team your own Liberia for 12 years. You're not starting again. Because President Baka, most likely he's only going to go for one term. You're not starting again. You're trying. You will not even smell executive marshal again for years. Because the new CDC that coming going to be different. You think that Babati CDC, we are put together, you think that the next one here? No, this one will be different. Intellectual, smart people will be the CDC that coming next time. What wrong here? What wrong here? He's the president of our country. You say you love Liberia. Think about it. Oh, now see. They got some crown people. Some people in Grand Gide. They can eat the pumpkin, the one tap of the pumpkin. They don't eat the one that on the one that sit on the ground. They don't eat it, that they are law. But the one on tap, they can eat it. They can eat the snail, but they say the snail that want the one that inside the snail cap, they don't eat it. They just eat the one that how they do it. That's why you're coming to do now. You say you love Liberia. Someone who served for Liberia. I don't care, whatever it is. For 6 years, my meeting, 6 years, peace. Nobody have got in any bush. While Guinea was on fire, Mali on fire, okay? Burkina Faso on fire, Liberia, 6 years. Everything. When the man comes, that band playing, for 6 years. Then that the man comes, that your ugly building, you got over there, you even get life. And you talk about the man can't go through here. the person who making that decision, the person who made that decision, President Baka, make sure that person is punished. Take 1 month's salary from them. What kind of business is this? I say so. The Libra is on fire. I say so. Your behavior is rotting, and we're not going to back it. We're not going to support those kinds of behavior. Y'all got to stop it. Y'all got to stop it. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Folks, that is my opening for the night. From here on, we will be quiet a little bit. But the Unity Party people, they just brought some stuff to. They took me from Monrovia Civilized. What is civilized place in Monrovia that I can say? Let me think. Monrovia got some place that are civilized. Let me think. Mama Point used to be civilized. Then they moved to then all the civilized people in Mama Point in the 70s, they all moved to Pinsville. All the civilized people that used to live in Mama Point, they all moved to Pinsville. By the 80s, they don't even know where to go. They all scatter all over. Now, Monrovia, now they call them the civilized people. Now they think they're living on Ralphie Highway. But here's the thing about the Ralphie Highway, the people living. Go look at the road that leaves the main street to the people's houses. Ugly. A road you're driving here, you're dancing. Those of all that got stomach, our stomach going like this. By the time you go visit your friend, by the time you get there, you want what they want, the one that when your stomach hurting, the medicine you can take. Then I want that what we're looking for. What kind of business is this? What is this? You're lucky. You're lucky. It's not people like what's his name? Charles Stiller. That your building would have been on fire today. Madame Sally said she would start speaking the real Congo English to you. Bobon John, okay, so naive like that. And she called you up one time, you were all running all over the world. When she ready, she speak the one big boy on you. You're something else, man. Why would you do this? On a very serious note, the man, the final announcement didn't even come through the election. He conceded because he wanted peace. Then the man, you can't let him even walk in the building. Forget about whether he built a building. That's not even my concern. He's a former president. Former president. Sir, do you know what it means to serve? Mr. George, when you're ready, let me know, put your thumb up, and let me bring you in. I didn't see you back there, that's why I was talking all my time. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. The party really got me a little bit off my game plan today. It's ridiculous. Your behavior is ridiculous. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I just did my tabata, and what say you? What my tabata? Is it online, or are you going to push back on it?
Oh, no, I'm not even commenting on it.
Huh?
I'm not even commenting on it.
It's too bad.
I said, I'm not commenting. What about? Well, I'm not commenting on it because I don't know the detail of the story.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I don't want to come here and start talking like you.
Okay.
Maybe you got all the facts.
I don't even know the detail.
You have all the facts on hand, so that what you're acting upon.
I don't even get facts. That's so. You have
the facts. For all I can say, you have the facts, so it's what you're acting upon.
Okay, all right, okay.
I don't have no facts, so I'm not commenting on it.
Okay, all right. Let's move on, folks. If you're watching, this is Samson Toe. My tabata tonight is the behavior of Unity Party unacceptable. No matter what it is, the man served for 6 years. There was no war. Yeah, you say the man corrupt. There was a lot of killing. What have you?
That was an intro. Let's move on because I said I don't want to comment on it. Because look,
I'm just reading. I want to. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to push your button.
You have been sitting on this place for almost 40 minutes, and you.
But I want to push your button. No. I want you to respond.
The reason I'm saying I'm not commenting on it, there are various factors involved. The uptake, okay. I don't know the condition of that building. You don't know.
No.
You
No.
don't know. So you
No,
just
even
pick
if I don't
from
know,
on top what you saw.
even
As you
if I
investigate
don't
what
know,
are the building was
Mr.
was
George,
secret.
Mr.
So,
George.
That's why I said I don't want to go there.
Okay, all right.
Then
Let
go ahead.
us not make a.
Just,
let
just
us,
continue to talk everything when you're ready. You.
okay,
I will
I'm
listen to
ready.
you.
I'm out. Let me just make the conclusion on this, and then I can move, folks.
Then you can go ahead.
That is my tabata for the night. Unity Party. They're not going to scare us. Their behavior was
Say
right.
you. So you on the platform said they're not going to scare you.
Okay, I say us. I'm a Liberian.
No, I'm a Liberian. I'm not part of that group.
Well, maybe you're not a Liberian. You're from Nigeria. You're
So
not part of that.
nobody can put fear in me.
Whatever. The Unity Party will not scare us. So that is nyama they're doing, and not going to work. We will.
The Unity Party will not scare you, Samson, too.
That is my tabata for the evening. Let me now go to Mr. George. Mr. George, good evening. Thank you for joining me. What's on your plate?
I heard today a hearing in the House of Representatives concerning concession agreement that they have AFS Soil serving as security for those concession years. That drew my attention. And it had been going on, but now the House not taking serious. They're trying to look at it very critically. But it brought into my attention that why would the we-led government at the time using AFS soil to mine private companies? Why? And we said that the Congo people misuse our people. They misuse the army. They treated the people. The people used to mine their horses. And we come to power and take these soils and send them to go mine concessions. Why? Is that a job of the National Army to do? Georgia has soil assigned to Liberian law in somewhere in the southeast. Is that a job of the soldiers? So today, yesterday, the House said that they're going to call these people and they will recall all these soil that are assigned to these concessions, which I fully support because it's misabuse of the people. Because that's not government property, that's private property. And I know money was paid. So I said something by my word that the AFS soil acted bad, and I said, that's why I said the AFS, the soil, the personnel should have continued processing for the men and women, because you cannot take the national guard to send them to go mine private companies. It happened under Prince Y. Johnson. Prince Johnson, I mean, the former defense minister, short-term defense minister, that was when he was chief of staff. It happened on his watch. So I think the House need a call to come and explain what was the motive of these people putting these people to private companies to mine them. Let me go back. Lanco had PPF, Lanco Plant Protection Force, or PPF. Samson had PPD. These were security companies that were trained. Some were ex-officers from the army team, but they were trained to go by the company and were paid by the company to mine their property. They had, the Liberian National Police had headquarters in these places. So if they arrest any criminal, they turn them over to the police for processing and for prosecution. Since this war, I think PPS, I think the Fire Plant Protection Unit, I think it still exists or not. So because I remember one time, I think Brandon Samboka has some contract with them to protect the property. That's an irony of creating jobs for citizenry. These companies have their own security. But you cannot take the army and police and assign them to the company. And it's not free. They pay hire us some money. So I want for Prince Johnson to be called to explain to people what condition that the army were assigned there. And Padre Sugar, some police officers were also assigned there with the company. That really caught my attention because this is one who said, before the coup, the Congo used our people to guard the horses, so your men. And in the 21st century, we see the same thing repeating itself. That people taking the army to go guard private companies. And the army is being paid by government money. Why this was happening on George Weah? I think the chief of staff and other officials of the defense and police have to come to answer. So that's the story that really caught my attention. And the other one is just asked the mobile model resigning from the CDC. So, hey.
Yeah, thank you.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Josh. But it's not strange thing for some of us. I have relatives that serve in the army. One of them is in North Dakota now, my older brother. My little brother served. My other brother also served. But let me just tell you this. My little brother, when he was serving, so little at the time, they sent him to mine some of the building in Congo town. And he fell asleep. And the guy who I'm not gonna call, he's dead now, but he used to be one of the big shots in Liberia. So the guy took his gun, took my brother's gun, and when my brother got it, his gun was gone. So he went and reported it to his commanding officers, and they took him to the brigade, and he was put in post-stacket for about post-stacket for about almost 3 days. We had to go and call other people. My other uncle that was the big shot in the army at the time, he said there was nothing he could do. That's the army rule. So it's nothing strange. My brother during April 14, the same brother now, during the April 14, down Waterside, there was 4 stores, actually 5 stores, 11 man's store. They asked my brother to guide them that night, and that they were going to pay him $5,000. So he did. The next day, they came back. They took control of their store, and my brother went to them and said that your job, your Liberian people, that your job, you can't do anything. We're not paying you anything. He fought, tried, they couldn't do anything. So when the coup happened, he became third in command of the coup, and he took, true story, I was with him. He took Kuomba, Polia, and everybody went down Waterside, and the people collected $5,000. That particular, just in a moment, they collected that $5,000, gave it to him. He took it to the bank. The bank, there's a bank used to be, is that housing bank in Waterside? Right?
Waterside, National
Yeah,
Housing
right in that
Authority.
corner. He went there, opened the account, put money in there. But anyhow, so this is nothing strange to the Liberian population, to be honest with you. The young man that you just mentioned, he's somebody who perhaps these kinds of things should not have happened. But the interesting thing is who was responsible? Was that order coming from somewhere else?
You are the chief of staff. That's him.
Yeah, but if he I know he has a boss. So if he's doing it in isolation, if he's doing it on his own, that's a different issue. Now, the government of the Republic of Liberia most likely should have told these companies, we have private security. If you want your place to be secure, we're not going to use the army. We're not going to use the police. You have to hire a private security. And that's what they do around here. You see the thing about Liberia, Mr. George, and it's not just in the security sector. They do those things in the infrastructure sector as well. When the foreigner comes to Liberia, they give them so much latitude on how to behave towards us. When they come, they respect them and give them much, much power how to deal with us. There was another incident where those folks that own rubber plantation in Liberia, Liberians owning rubber plantation, my understanding, and there was something that was on the news, it was debated on the radio back in the 70s, was debated, that the company, those people put together and told Firestone not to pay their worker more than they can afford to pay their workers. So these things are not strange to us, Mr. George. They are bad. I'm glad that Liberians are now fighting against these things. We will get there. We will get there. As far as President Weah came in today, he stated that he here to talk about the ills of in the society. And immediately I've been on this platform here to say President Weah most likely will not seek second term or come back in 2029. But I think I'm going to change my mind on that, because you cannot put party together and say you don't want part of it. He's still young. He's still young. So I think it's going to be very interesting 2029. But Mr. George, these are things that usually make us to understand that Liberia, we will get there. It's going to take some time. But our people, they should continue to fight. This is what I'm saying, Mr. George. This young man, Mr. Witherspoon and the Spoon Network, because they're popular, and not only are they popular, they got the money, and so they have a lot of equipment that goes all over the country with their radio station. So he has much more listener because they have stuff, and this is what Mr. So is trying for us to get into something like that here soon. But the point that I want to make is this: I know he has some trouble. If this young man is taking away from us, as the saying will happen, even if it's just for 1 year, these people that are around President Baka would definitely ruin the whole thing many of us struggle for, because they do not have the ability to be able to stand and be truthful. Because you heard today, where the last time there was a newspaper, where's a lady in the office of the president, I believe, switched appointees, switched the name of certain people that have appointment with the president to those who she knows, and she wanted them to meet with the president. So this is the thing that we're going to be facing. So we got to stand tough. We got to be ready to call them out.
Well,
We got to be ready.
Let me go back to something. You continue to learn. You continue to say this AFL issue. And Mr. To, we can't continue to do the same thing over and over and getting the same result. That's what's called definitely insanity. We can't continue. These things happen. We saw the Frontier Force. We had a terrible record. And what the Frontier Force are all native people. They were sending the rural area to manhandle our people, to mistreat their own people. We came to the armed forces of Liberia. These same people were used to treat our people, to maltreat our people. Hot tax collection, put people in the sun, make them facing the sun. To pay hot tax, what we call real estate tax, but it's hot tax those days in Liberia. We saw people doing the same thing. The coup came, and these were some of the things that led to the coup. Now, the whole time, we didn't see this thing happening, so we are going to guard people's house again. No, Sawyer was a professional man. Sawyer took a different turn. But then, we are government king. AFS Sawyer now assigned to concession. I don't know what happened here now because I didn't see no video. I didn't see no hearing about it. I know, but we have time. The first thing, and it was not a hidden person. We have brother-in-law had Sawyer assigned to him. Sawyer assigned the person we are brother-in-law. So it means that he knew about it.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you can't just tie it around the chief of staff.
But the chief of staff should have known better than that. That's why
we'll find that out. We'll find as the investigation takes its course. We'll find out.
That's where the integrity comes in, because you cannot use the soldiers to be private bodyguard to people. That's the national army. They're not guiding national. They're not guiding our national institution. If the money executive pavilion, that's fine. If the mining government installation, that's it. But you cannot take people go and put them on private business plantation for them to be law enforcement officers.
Mr. George,
it's wrong.
I do agree with you.
So,
but we have
the analysis is trying to draw you. That's why I'm pushing back on it, because we know what happened, and that one led to the coup or a mistreatment by people.
Yes, but what I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. This is not a good behavior, but we also have to be realistic in these discussions. Those soldiers, most likely that was being assigned to these different companies and what have you, they're getting paid more than their regular salary, which allowed them to put food on the table.
Samson, that's a liberal idea. Please don't come and say it's ridiculous.
I understand. I'm just giving you reality. I don't want you to just look at this thing from a narrow position. No. I want you to open it up.
But do you know? Hold on there. They've been assigned. Do you know how much money the chief of staff or those who were involved they were getting?
I agree. Most likely they were getting something.
Take example. If you get a soldier man $200 a month, and someone I hire getting $15,000-$20,000. What is that?
I agree. It's bad. But for the soldier who normally without that assignment would have gotten $125 or so, but yet now because of that assignment, he's getting out besides the $125 plus $250. That's $375. So that's enough money to put his kid to school. So that's why they were not saying much.
No. Those soldiers, those guys who were sent out there, they only follow instructions.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it. They have been put in a predicament because if they said no, it would lead to people disrobing them, discharging them, or jailing them. So that's why it's not supposed to happen in the first place.
Okay. I got another subject. You have some other subject matter you want?
I gotta look at this. Moluba
Molu, according to the story, resigned. So, but I want to go back into the war crime issue. The video that is out there from meeting by President Bakar meeting Ireland. So I want to play that, and then you want to have time. You're gonna have time to discuss that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me play that. We discussed it yesterday with Mr. So and Terry and I before you came in. So let me go ahead and replay it, folks. Samson to Liberia Pub Radio.
We've been on this journey together for a long, long time, and I wanted to thank you for the phone call. And I just wanted to ask you again, why did you want me to come over here when you...
Well, you've been a good friend of Liberia, and I don't see it just as a duty. I see it as a concern for a country that you have interest in, and you pursue that, and we believe your concerns are genuine. And so we've opened the door for us to work together. That's why we call you.
Well, Mr. President, I can't tell you how many people worldwide, when they read your speech and you talked about having an office of the War Crimes and Economic Crime Court to facilitate the creation of this tribunal, international tribunal here in Liberia to bring the justice to the people. I heard it from the U.S. My phone blew up, as you can imagine. People said I could not believe, and they were so ecstatic and elated. And since I've been here, I've heard the same thing. So I wanted to thank you again and give you full assurances that we will do everything we can to help you bring justice for the victims of those 250,000 people that were killed during the 2 civil wars that happened.
Well, Alan, you know, in every country, and especially a country that boasts of independence, 176 years, and you know very well that it is because of the impunity, the disrespect and disregard for justice that have created all the upheavals in this country. And we believe we have to lay this to rest. Let all the facts be known. Let people who think that they are innocent prove their case, so that we can lay this to rest, so that this country can move forward. It's not a wish hunt. It's a matter of testifying to what you know and what you've done, so that forgiveness can be done on the basis of knowledge and truth. And that's what we're talking about.
Well, you know, Mr. President, you have our full commitment to help realize that. And what we did in Sierra Leone, we were able to move the people on to the reconciliation phase. Because you're right, when people are walking around and they see impunity and they see people that have never been held to account and self-enrich themselves, it basically rubs it in the face regularly. So the fact that you are stepping up, taking this leadership role, I can tell you so far, the people of Liberia are ecstatic about it, and we're here to help you facilitate this properly, independently, and let the prosecutor follow the evidence where it goes. Not me, not you, wherever the evidence follows, and have it done under international standards, and it'll be done properly, and it'll be done transparently.
I think most of the people that have been involved know that if they were on the other side, they would like the truth to be told about it. So the truth is truth for each and every one that have been either offended. And so we should be happy that this will finally close the chapter of that history that has been haunting us over the years. And that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Well, I personally want to thank you for your courage to do this, because it was not easy, but you started it, and we'll help you bring justice to Liberia once and for all.
Thank you, Alan, for sticking with it. Thanks for all those who've been committed to it. We believe this is going to restore peace, and people are going to move. Even those who probably have been offended, and those who are responsible for whatever, they will know that justice was done, and their minds will be cleared. And thank you for your role.
Thank you. And thank you for your time. And God bless you. Okay? Thanks, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Josh.
Yeah.
You listened to it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any engagement on this?
If it is not AI,
I don't think, no, it's not
if
an
it is
AI.
not artificial intelligence,
No.
one, President Burkhardt must now beef up his security. One, all those that respond for the personal security. They want to beef up the personal security now. Because the atmosphere in Liberia is come to change. And I must applaud him. Because many of us are direct victims of what happened in Liberia. Not by our making or our creation, but by irresponsible people who just thought that they could do anything to anybody in the country. And because they had a capacity, I don't know capacity what, because I was all enough in Liberia. I say Liberia all during the war. April 6th, I was there. But during the war, I never took gun. I never heard gun. And I said I wasn't taking gun. Because my mom, I didn't see the reason to go against my brother and sister. I had a whole group of guys, 7, 8 gentlemen were with me. They told me, say, hey, man, what you say? I said, no, you should take arm. He said, what are you talking about? I said, no, you should take arm. He said, see what? I said, I'm telling you people. Someone in Liberia, someone in London. And today they'll come and they say, Emma, that the best advice they ever gave her, even would have been killed. I said, yes. I said, because I spoke to one corner at a time. And he told me, say, the best advice I will give you, he was fighting. He said, the best advice I will give you, don't take gun. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, I'm older than you, I tell you, don't take gun. So I took that man's advice. I said, if I would die, okay, but I'm not taking gun to fight. And I was in Liberia all through from 1989, April 6th, before I left Liberia. So nobody can tell me the story. I live it. I know it. And I was there. My 2-year-old son got burned, the Dubro massacre. Never saw his grave today, never saw his body. So, Honorable Walker told the Liberian people during the election, that this was going to happen. The vice president said yes. So, Mr. Allen White in Liberia to reassure Honorable Boakai, and if you hear the interview, they have been having a discussion before even becoming president. And he now reassuring him, I welcome the idea. I do not find joy in anybody going to jail for something they didn't do. I do not find joy in it. I don't find pleasure in it. And that's why I always careful. I say, I don't want to lie on nobody, and I don't want nobody to lie on anybody. But those who did anything for any reasons, let them have the day in court to explain to the Liberian people, or those maybe that the offender or harmed directly or indirectly, why they did it and what they did. And if I would say, if the court said, oh, we can't hold you, then that's it. We all be pleased. Because my fear, and many Liberian fear here is, if justice is not said, if people are not accountable, tomorrow someone can get it and do it and say, look, the other people did it, what happened to them? They let them go scot-free. So I can do it. And that's human mentality. And that's why someone insisting that people must be accountable for what they did. My justification of taking somebody's life because I said my people were threatened, but this person did not do anything to affect my people, because maybe he came from the tribe that some of the tribe meant did something. So why should I use a blanket judgment to cover everybody? That because one segment or group of people did something from one group, so it means that that whole ethnic group is responsible for what happened. It is wrong. And this is why we saw in Liberia. And I always say this. How many people enjoyed the Dole region? You just show that 1%. I know the percent the point, but I know it was not 1%. But not it was less than that. But when they walk in, that entire ethnic group were responsible for what few people did. The innocent now start paying prices for what the minute group of people did. And people did find pleasure to go after them. That because we're your tribe man. Someone way in the bush there. Zamitan, Chaitan. They never saw a door. But you're chasing them. Simply because they were from a particular ethnic group. And if we don't do this thing, people will continue, will want to repeat the same thing.
So I'm going to let you talk a lot on this.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Now, if this thing become real, talk to me about preparedness of Liberians in dealing with the war issue. Would that not be, the Liberian would not be traumatized more than what they have? Or perhaps you would argue that some of them are trying to forget it, and now you're bringing this back up. Those who are going to be accused will try to start talking story. How do you prepare Liberians to get used to the glory information that's going to be coming up? Very, very sensitive information about people, relatives, and what have you. How do you prepare Liberians to deal with something like that?
Oh, well, we don't know the package. What will be package for counseling? But I can say that many of us have prepared ourselves for this day. Many Liberians have prepared themselves for this day. I mean, some of them were not able to see anything, but today they can go on YouTube video and see clips. So even those who are little children, and parents told them story, people, family members told them story, they can go and see some of the clips. It may not be the same thing, but it might be something similar that what happened in the village or town at the time the parents told them, or auntie or grandmother told them. So I think many Liberians are prepared for this day to come. And I get it, because when someone is talking, it don't sit well with other people. And I get that. Because there are other people who are a beneficiary of this this thing, what happened in Liberia, this system. What took place in Liberia that today, there have been many people who are beneficiary of it. And what do I mean? Because the new people, their family members got into a position because of this, and today they are now sitting, enjoying this thing, while others are still crying, still trying to find an answer. Why? So there will be divides on both sides. Those who enjoy this thing will be opposing it. We who are victims will be, oh yeah, we got to seek.
So then the question to you then, Mr. Joyce. First, I will ask you a series of questions, but let's just take one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for to get out of this whole process? What is the end game for you, particularly someone who went through this suffering, someone who has suffered immensely because of your son? That the whole is in your spirit, never goes away. What is the end game for you that will help you to heal your wound?
It's closure. What is closure? Closure to someone else means holding those people accountable who was spearheading this group that did this, that committed this atrocity, that did the heinous crime, those who were responsible must be accountable for all that's what made us one closer. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know the group that allegedly killed my son because Duporo, it was between Prince Johnson and Charles Leo. Prince Johnson, he didn't do it. Charles Leo said they didn't do it. If it was not in that area, at that time there was no AFL in that place. It was Ecomo, Prince Johnson, Charles Leo on the other side, and the Ecomo did not do it. So it was Charles Leo and Prince Johnson, but the two groups said no. They disclaimed we didn't do it. But then we went Duporo and stopped setting horses on fire. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they burned even a pregnant woman in a horse in a bathtub or something like that. Could something that took place that day, that weekend.
So let me ask you now. You said you wanted those who have the greater responsibility to account for their deeds.
Yeah.
What type of accounting do you want out of this? Let me don't put words in your mouth. What type of account you say you want them to be held accountable? In what sense?
Oh, let us look at what crimes were committed, and let us look at it from an international perspective, even from the domestic perspective. If you kill people, if you kill anybody, they sentence to jail for life if you're found guilty. Maybe on the international scene, they might put in a different, it might take a different name, like genocide, because that's putting group of people, in a group of people together and try to eliminate everybody. So they term it as genocide. So, and they all come down to the point that you might serve some prison time, depending on the outcome, but you have to serve a time. So that's it. And because someone, it's not that someone wish to see people being thrown in jail just because they should be thrown in jail. No. But if history had taught a lesson that when people do these things, when people commit crime, any kind of crime, and they are not accountable, the possibility of other people repeating that same thing will happen. Because they will say, hey, those people did that, they didn't hold them, so why we can't do it?
Okay. Well, this subject matter going to be discussed again on Thursday, and I will hope you will join me early in the show so we can have, because it's very important that these conversations, because if Liberia, I believe, if we're going to have these kinds of conversations, we have to be sincere with ourselves.
Yeah, but Mr. Toh, let me, and I hate to do it. I know you asked the question, but I know your story. I know your story. I know what happened to you. That you.
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah.
Ain't time.
No, that's what I say. I'm not. I say I know your story. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But
okay.
Picture the people in that time. When I went there that time, I talked to some people there. Wasn't that the road I need to go to the water side of the market? And I had a conversation with one or two persons. And that person name came out again. So just imagine, after all those years, but the story still remains with those people.
Right.
So, yeah. But let's just leave it there.
Because yeah. But the question for me is, after all of these years, besides asking for those people that are responsible to be held accountable, and in your judgment, those who are going to be found guilty must be dealt with by the law. And then the question that I have on that is, are we ready to say, besides those people being put in jail, can we say if you are truthful with us, to tell us what happened, and you are contrite, and you are, you come across as someone who is sympathetic to even the behavior that you have, and not being hard-headed, can we say, okay, those people we can try to forgive. But if you come to this commission, or if you come to this process with beating your chest, then the law will be thrown at you. Can we do something like that?
I have always said it. I'm very sympathetic to people. But I said the moment when I see people try to defend the indefensible and try to justify something that you did horribly, then I've become very adamant to listen to you, because I don't see no remorse in you. And even with that, there are just certain degree of people crime that people can commit. They say, yeah, I know my heart hurt, but this person got to serve some time. Even they may not sentence them for life or what, but they must serve some time just to serve as a deterrent to other people, that you can't do this kind of horrible thing to people.
So one last question before we move on, then I'll open the line. How far back do you want this conversation to go?
Yeah, 1989.
What happened to before 1989? Because you stated earlier, and this is not unique to your area, all over the country, people were paying taxes and no benefit. And those who were not able to pay taxes, I witnessed this in Town, where people were put on the ground and looking in the sun for hours.
Yeah.
So Samson war.
Yeah.
Do you go all the way back there, or those are something you would be willing to say no?
Listen.
Most of the people that are involved are no longer with us.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go back to Samson. Yeah. Is that something you're willing to say?
Samson war was based on taxation.
Yeah.
The group at the time said no, they can't pay that. They did not get the benefit or something like that. And that was the root cause of the Samson war. That war ended. It was government against the people.
Right.
It didn't turn to rebel war. Okay. And that war ended. The country moved on. The frontier force were 8,000 people. The frontier force was, that's I will now transform.
Disbanded.
It was disbanded. Yeah, it was banned. Then we transitioned to the armed forces of Liberia. The armed forces of Liberia, the treatment we saw was not killing them, but they were made to do services that the army should not have done, guarding people's homes. People, some of the people using them to go as errand boy. The men different saying to go buy beer, cigarette, all those things, which was wrong. That led to the ushering of the coup. And what happened? 13 people were put on the pole for some of the things they did, or the forefather did. So we close that chapter. Then within the space of 10 years, another new chapter opened. Started with two groups of people. That two groups led to the third group, which was Charles Taylor, then now coming into the picture, turning the country upside down. Now, the war was waged. I get it. And I would say war doesn't fight in isolation. War doesn't fight in forests. People fight war among human beings. People were being killed. The war now, the rebel incursion turned into a different thing. They turned into what? Tribal groups.
Okay.
People now going after a certain group of people.
Okay.
Anarchy broke up. Finally, anarchy broke up. So now, when anarchy breaks up, only those who have the guns, every tribe now got to try to defend themselves, because that's anarchy now. Every tribe now got to try to defend themselves. So in that process, those who had a heavier guns prevailed. So the other groups, the other end of the group now was at the mercy of those people with bigger guns. So that's why you saw.
I just want to make one announcement. I saw the station manager on my platform here. Nathaniel Cryport was on the platform here. And I just want to say quickly, because I know that Mr. So now sent him tonight. If anything happened to you see the cartel again, Mr. Nathaniel Cryport, the station manager, nobody should put for him on my show tonight. Let me take this caller. Brigable.
Oh, Lord.
Brigable, good evening. What's on your mind? Make it quick.
Yeah, thank you so much for the show. You know, because a lot of it I can't you'll start discussing, so I will leave Mr. Amos alone for now.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
Because
No,
I really want to come for him, but because of this
go
topic,
ahead, my brother.
I
That's
want to focus on the topic. But let me just pinch it a little bit. Mr. Amos, they may discuss the issue that concern the country that talking about peace. The same people discuss it. Then you say, oh, you don't have to discuss it?
No.
The former president left power peacefully. And coming back in the country
No,
peacefully.
brother, hold it there.
They denying his right.
Hold on.
As a former president.
George, hold on, he can't hear you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes. I want to appreciate a little bit. It's the same issue we're discussing now. So let me just add on it. The former president left the power peacefully and went outside the country peacefully. Coming back in the country peacefully, then he denying his right. Then he say, because he got no information on it, so he had to leave it. But the AFL issue, he had information on it, he discussing it. The one you saw the presidential secretary come out and defend. And you saw the thing happen fully. You saw the former president coming outside the old terminal. And he said, because he got information on it, he's not discussing it. Okay, let me tell you that other one. Look, I hear you talking about those that commit crime when they come and say, oh, you know what I did is wrong, I beg you, forgive me. So they must forgive the president. I think then there's no need to have to walk and vote. Because if that was the case, then don't waste your money. The same thing that you saying. Somebody come out and say, oh, I do it. Then after hour they do the meeting. Look at what they Peter is all born again. So born again came out and say, oh, I did a crime. And end of the day, it come up.
Okay. All right. And he say, man, and the woman started yelling at you, put the phone down straight. He say, Brigable. The woman, yeah, he said, but I can't do your job. He put the phone down quick.
This CDC, somebody never lost their job.
Brigable. But anyway, Mr. Josh.
No, I know let me say this. I did not say they should forgive people. You know, when people
No, he was talking to me.
Oh.
The comment that I made.
Yeah. You know, he going back to this person weird thing. I said, because I don't want to comment because I don't have the full detail of the story. Or I said the optic doesn't look good. The full detail of the story, I don't have it. Okay. Look, every right has a limitation. Every right has a limitation. So someone get into, oh, is it right? No, that right comes with some responsibility. If they say you ask government official and they say you're supposed to pay, they say no, sir, you can't pass it for so reason. That means that's the reason they gave you. If it is not genuine, tomorrow you can come and justify it to say it wasn't, this was it. But I don't know this whole story because maybe you monitor the executive mansion today, you saw the press secretary speaking. I didn't see her. I have not seen the press secretary. I didn't monitor those platforms to see the press secretary this morning, or even President Weah. I saw they were talking about him, that he had learned he would be coming in, but I didn't monitor. I have not seen his photo even arriving today. So I have not read the paper to say, oh, I saw the story, this is the paper, so I can make some informed decision based on that. No. money. Anyway, we are
All right,
seeing.
let me take this other caller. Aaron Brabra, good evening.
How you doing, sir, Mr. Toe? My own people, Mr. Toe. You know, I enjoy you tonight. I enjoy your opening statement tonight. Let me praise you now. Let me finish. I enjoy you tonight. Okay? But I want to say something to Pat George. Pat George, in Africa, especially West Africa, the military does most of the protection for VIPs, especially first family and second family, which is the vice president and the president and the vice president family. So if the first lady brother got soldier assigned to him, is it wrong, Mr. George? Is it a wrong thing? He's part of the first family. He's the brother-in-law to the president. You see, Mr. George, sometimes you can confuse me. Sometimes you can sound so objective. I can say, okay, yeah, my papa from Georgia, you know, he on point today. But then so now when you come on the show, you can go on the side of Mr. Cole and Terry. Terry now on the show tonight. Look, in Africa, the military control most of the protections. In all the countries in Africa, we all know that. It's not like here where we stay in the Western world where, you know, they got secret service or the police. Even the police over here carry heavy weapon. You know that you are in the police.
Hold on. Let me merge this, Carter. Because when I'm merging, you won't be able to, people won't be able to hear you. All right, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. Carry on.
Yeah, you know, you're in the police before, Mr. George. So by President Weah, you know, brother-in-law being assigned, you know, with, you know, bodyguards and stuff, and they are from the military, it doesn't mean that, you know, President Weah authorized military people to guard concessionaires, you know, officials and stuff like that. Okay? So that's thing the legislators need to look into and see, you know, who authorized that. Okay? They need to look into it and see who authorized that. But what happened to the president, the former president today, was a total disgrace to our country. They shouldn't have happened. So I don't care how Mandela Coupon come on air and try to spin it. It didn't make no sense. Who was the former president? He's a VIP. He is a VIP. You know, to allow the man to come to the airport, and then you're talking about there was no protocol, there was no this, there was no that.
All right.
It shows no respect. It shows no respect to everything that we stood for, all this peace that we yearn for every day. It shows no respect. And President Walker knows about this. Everything that happened probably passed by his fingers before it happened in the government. No. Except you guys want to tell us that he's not in control. Somebody else is making, you know, running the shop. All you know? So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One time, go ahead. You're next.
Yeah,
but when you call one time, you're always in an area where there's noise.
I'm driving. That's why they were hearing noise.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, if the noise bothering you, I can hang up.
No, go ahead. We're listening to you. We're listening to you. You don't take all data.
I just want to ask Mr. George, because Mr. George is like BBC Africa. All the news you know it in Liberia. Any news you think about, you know
hold on. Let me merge the other color. Hold on. Yeah, Mr. George, they're on it. You and they're on it today. Go ahead, Walter.
There's no news in Liberia that Mr. George will pass Mr. George's ear or his eyes.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
so what's your
the one that happened at the airport, with President Weah, we got no information on it. We got no proper information on it. You know the problem here? I'll be honest with all of us on this platform. We want to see Liberia being better. President Weah is one of the most important person in our country. This man is the one who built that place for people to have decency. The man coming from wherever he's coming from, he got called a couple of days to tell him, say, they say you can't use the VIP lodge. And he thought it was a joke. Came down to the airport, the VIP lodge is locked. The sad thing about it, the presidential press secretary went on the news, on the air, and told the people that there's only one president in the country, and the lodge for that president. No other president can use that presidential lodge. Can you imagine that? And today we're not even talking about it. We're talking about army man money somebody, and this money somebody talking about Liberian Frontier Force. Who cares about all those crap? Liberian Frontier Force, that way back in the days, army people always in money concession era and stuff. We're talking about a news that can cause our country to go back into some crisis. You understand? If drug are not a patient person and a very peaceful person, and these people rile up and get so mad today, it would have been something in our country. We should talk to Jeff Waka to stop this kind of bad practice. And Papa is too hateful. And you will still support this kind of man and not even calling him out.
Thank you.
It's sad, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go to the next caller. Caller 8627, you're next.
All right. Thank you, boss man. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for the platform.
Thank you.
I'm very, very let me see, a few months ago, personally, I'm going to clearly stay on the phone that I'm a sedition. I'm a sedition. And, but some of us
for some reason, I knew you was a sedition.
Angry why President William just concede prematurely, just like that. Because
he was defeated. He was defeated. He knew that. He knew he got flocked.
No, let's say this. The President William set a history in the continent of Africa.
Okay.
There have never been any sitting president, incumbent president, for them to whip with 20,000 votes in the continent.
Okay.
And he did it without even trying to not even cross a T and dot. In jail, you not even investigate allegation that was coming from Nima County of people who were voting.
Let me merge, Mr. Malley. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, please. Okay, go ahead. Finish so Mr. Malley can come in. Go ahead.
Yeah. So how you gonna say did this without even crossing a T and dot to verify all those allegations coming from Nima County, what they were taking, what they were stopping vote, intimidating people. He did all those things for the sake of peace.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Let me merge your other caller. Hold on, please. A lot of people are calling on this subject matter. Just hold on. Hold on. My phone is acting up now. Okay. All right, caller, Escope up. After Malik, you're coming. Go ahead, my brother. Make it quick so I can bring the other caller in. Go ahead.
And despite of all those things of statesmanship, President, we are sure doing. I mean, as president, I want peace in the country. Look at the way how he was disrespected today.
Okay.
The simply that he built fine. Because when he became president, that's when he started building up. He made the place look fine. Everything finished. Then they say the man coming because that particular lounge has a very different entrance point. Different from the old lounge. They say, because he old president, he will go to the old lounge. Even though he didn't want suffer, make that place fine like that. So that Baka press secretary went on OKFN today to say that particular place where President William says good presidential loan, where he named after his wife and he and wife are not allowed to enter there. That only Joseph Baka can enter there. And what kind of country are we looking forward to? I hope people that like you can say something about this because we are looking for a better Liberia. They should not try to provoke people. Not because somebody quiet, they should try to provoke people. This man has a follower.
I took 40 minutes of my time responding to Unity Party behavior. So we have been addressing those. But thank you very much. Let me go on to Mr. Malley. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mali, go ahead, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, before I come in, I want to ask you a question. Why is it that you always ignore my call?
I just pick up your call.
No, I called more than 5 times and you just decided to pick it up finally.
No, I didn't. If I seen it, I would have picked it up.
This is not the first time. This is the 3rd time, Mr. Tool. We got to address the issue and we want to be addressing national issue. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me progress.
Yeah, please.
The last caller. I just want to let the last caller know that the airport will be about taxpayer money. It will not be about personal. We have personal money. So nobody will cancel. He make it fine. That the taxpayer money he used to make it fine. Secondly, President Weah is a private citizen now, like any of us. And he has to be treated in the same manner. I support the press secretary. We got one president in our country now. And that president there must enjoy all the immunity. Former president are private citizen. The citizen will need to know this. Private citizen. And next thing, the issue of the army. The issue of the army, people who complaining that they're using the army to protect other places and other things or individual and other things. Those are ethical breaches. It's not necessary. All right? The army is a professional institution. It cannot be used for private things. Those are conflict of interest. And whoever did it has to be investigated. You cannot take the army to be protecting individuals. That is not their duty. That is not their function. So that is unethical. It's unacceptable. We can't continue to practice that.
Okay.
And lastly,
yeah,
the issue of the Pato, you just played a video about Ali White and the president speaking.
Right.
And so it's not AI. That's the president's voice, right?
Kopa, you got to mute yourself because Mali is being disturbed. You got to mute yourself, Kopa. Yeah. There's noise coming from your background. Go ahead, Kopa. Go ahead, Kopa.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Mali, go ahead. Mali, finish your statement.
Yes. And finally, I just want to say here that the TRC thing, the Liberian, the Joseph Boakai government will have to decide whether we're coming to punish people and put them in jail, or people coming to confess and we accept their confession and let bygone be bygone. This were the thing that troubled Sierra Leone today. They couldn't answer that question. The country was split in the middle. You see? So the government will have to, the government, President Boakai government and parliament will have to decide whether we're coming to punish people and they pay reparation to those who they hurt and nobody go to jail, fine. But what I want to say here categorically is that a Uncle Sam is stepping into this thing to make that money available. And Helen White then coming in. They're not coming in for people to say, sorry. They're coming in, those who bear the heaviest weight in this thing, probably they will go that direction. And they found guilty, they will go to jail for 50 to 60 years. So we should not sit down and make the thing a fun. And lastly, TRC cannot start in like the war crime thing cannot start now when our security sector is fragile. It will not look good for us. It will cause this thing to get strangulated. So there's a need for us to work on the security. Internal security reform is needed before that war crime code can even sit on our ground. If it is no, there are going to be consequences in our country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Let's go to Mr. Kopa. Kopa, go ahead. You'll be the last caller, and then Mr. Joyce can take us home. Go ahead, Kopa.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. To. Mr. To and Clarence. You continue to call me Kopa and Clarence.
Oh, okay. I see Kopa here, though. I see S. Kopa.
I'm Clarence Davis.
Okay, Davis, thank you. I'm sorry about that. But go ahead. Go ahead, Davis. Clarence Davis. Next time when I see the S. Kopa, I will say Clarence Davis.
Okay. The issue concerning the airport today, many people say that President were peaceful. Yes, but 17, when the Rona election came about, Joseph Walker said, "I allow for Liberian blood to split on his hand."
Right.
He exactly the same thing that President we did. So there should not be something because President Jota Baka won President we are with 20,000 votes and President we are peaceful. No, Jota Baka too was peaceful to 2017. So when you tell them they cannot to eat dry, you tell them not to eat sweet. Secondly, on the issue that they war crime and economic,
I want you to throw that parable again, please.
When you tell the kid not to eat dry feed, tell the dry feed not to smell sweet. Yeah. So on the issue of the war crime and economic, people are saying that they are Alan Sunday White interview. It's not true. Logically, look at the withdrawal of the Justice Minister, Kopa Nima. They withdraw him. Look at the issue of the defense minister. They should start talking to. You should be you should think wisely. Why the Justice Minister ruled from the MDR will withdraw? Why the chief of staff that was recommended by the MDR during the CDC term were removed? So they are keeping on Liberia and not looking at. If we really want to see this thing not sending for anybody to put here somebody that they got to bring international security, this and that. U.S. will support the war and economic conquest in Liberia. So whosoever that will stand against it, I think the international community will let them look at it. Thank you for the night, Mr. Toe.
Thank you. Mr. George, one more caller, and that will be it, please. Go ahead, Teddy. Go ahead, Teddy. Teddy Line, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Make it brief so we can close it.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Really, Mr. Malley and Bob Jones, when it comes to President Weir, they preach deception. And it is bad. You guys are older folks on that person, not only to be very rational, and make some adjustment when it comes to President Weir. We don't talk about this stuff in Liberia. When it comes to President Weir, they don't want to be truthful.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're not done?
I'm not done. No, I'm not done. Yeah, I don't want to be truthful. And, I agree with one thing Mr. Malley said, that we need security reform. It's very, very deep. Everybody's going to walk around.
You see, Lion, listen now.
Yes.
You said,
yes.
You said something about Malley and Mr. George, that they are not being truthful when it comes to Mr. But then
President Weir, I said security with the walk around.
On the other hand, you agree with Malley, who said that.
No, I agree with kids. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But with President Weir
want you to see your point.
Yeah, they're not being too fair with President Weir. The way President Weir was treated today, this is calling out drugs as sedition. And all of truthful abuse. Our drugs are boarded. This is not fair. But President Weir,
you just finished eating heaven kesali in North Dakota. The meat and the cow meat, they're all over in your house. You say you blood boiling in Liberia?
I'm about to eat it right now. I'm on my lunch break. I'm sure I eat that for you. You read that for you because I'm going to eat kasali. That's why I brought my lunch. And I call you on my lunch break. Okay? But I can tell you that when it comes to President Weir, what Joseph Waka did, that shows immaturity of President Waka. And that shows immaturity. I said early, I came up with an early analysis of Waka being the dictator.
We're out of time. We're out of time.
President Weah, that shows President Weah is a true man of peace. He already announced his coming to many seditions from us that would have been a chaos over there today.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you think a real thing and teach the children the best thing, best thing positive.
Thank
Positive teaching.
Okay. Thank you. Why enjoy your opportunity, Kasali, please. Thank you. All right,
Yeah,
Mali. Mali, are you still there?
You say thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go give her 1 or 2 minutes of your time, and then George can close it. We're way out of time here.
Yes. My 1 or 2 minutes of my time here is the issue of the demonstration. I was having the show last night. Everyone has the right to demonstrate in Liberia. There is no sector in politics where demonstration must happen. I heard people are saying President Joseph Boakai just came to power, and so why the people are demonstrating now? That's not how it works. You can demonstrate as you want to. When you are peaceful and you go by the criteria, you can demonstrate at any time on any subject, and you'll be held responsible for what you say. We want it peaceful, and we don't want violence. But people have the right to demonstrate against Joseph Boakai government at any time, on any issue. We will disagree. Their supporters will believe it. Nothing we can do about that. And lastly, President, we are coming into the country. He's our former president. People are seeing that he decided to be peaceful. A president, we are keep going out and coming to the country. We expect him to be peaceful, man. Any attempt to go on the contrary, the law will take a course. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, and good night to you as well.
Good night, Pat.
Mr. Josh, give us 1 or 2 minutes of your time to close this so we can get out of here. Mr. Josh, are you with us? Mr. Josh, are you with us? You got
I'm with you.
Okay. Go ahead, give her 1 or 2 minutes of your time, please, so we can get out of here.
Look, I believe in all people talking. It is their right. But let me address. So Aaron will talk about.
Yeah, Aaron and all of the sedition. They're all on you tonight.
Yeah. You don't use the army to be a sign to people, brothers and sisters. They are not part of the first family. The first one are the wife and children. Period. Let me take him back to small history. I don't know if you remember Amos Bond. Amos Bond was the brother of Nancy Doe, who was superintendent of McGibbey County. Because he was superintendent of McGibbey County, so he had officers assigned with him, not soldiers, even if he had soldiers, but he was superintendent of that county, McGibbey County at the time. Amos Bond was the brother of Nancy Doe. Did you ever saw Jackson Doe carrying soldier man as a bodyguard? The later Doe, he saw them with bodyguard. They have bodyguard. Anyway, they went our SS, not soldiers. So this notion that people want to continue to use the army for family member, it's wrong. When you talk about immediate family, like the man, the president, his wife, and children, those are immediate family. The brother doesn't work for government. Client, we are brother did not work for government. What business guy is standing soldier to him way in the bush in San or Grand Crew? For what? What is wrong with talking? It's wrong. Hey, brother, Client, we are brother did not work for the government like Liberia. He was doing a private business, stealing diamond and go in that bush log. He took soldier and put it behind the man. For what? Then you can't just look at why you want so because it's having free time or getting that is right, we want to do it like Liberia? No. The army are there to protect government assets, government property, to defend the nation. If there's a plan, you took the army, you put in the LPR-TV, maybe to be for security for some time, fine. That national institute there. It's a national institution. LEC, yeah. It doesn't tell you, say, okay, maybe so what we're going to deploy an army there, but there also be special order from the president. Then I believe this time will deploy a soldier there to help the beef for security. Did you ever you ever went to Firestone? Did you see soldier deploy at Firestone? Firestone had their own private security PPD. Lanco had a plane protection force. The late charge you were one-time commander, the last commander for a plane protection force. You were paid $5,000 US a month by Lanco. They had their own detachment, security detachment. Government had police there, but those police were posted. So because when people commit crime, the police arrest people to prosecute them because those people didn't have prosecutorial power. They would arrest and turn them over to the police. But the police were not posted to be guy, or the army did not go there to be guy, Lanco property. They didn't go there. They didn't post army to Firestone to ban Firestone property. So there was a barrier right in Can one. Anybody know Firestone can one? Right to the market. They had small barrier there for the army. The army used to be right there in Firestone can one, right to the market. They had a barrier there.
How far is Firestone from Ralphie?
And like no step from Habel, because Firestone come all the way to the creek. If you leave,
so how far is the Firestone, the town itself? Habel, how far is it from Ralphie?
And like, I think 2.5 or 3 miles drive to Habel. I mean, from it just depends.
So you can see the light from Habel. You can see the light from Ralphie.
Yeah. It just depends where you, because if you do the market from the market to Ralphie, it might be about 2 miles.
Wow.
Because when you go in on the right hand side, they have junior side and senior side all there, almost before you get to the river there. Because when you river now, then you right to fire, or at the airport there.
All
So
my football players there, I never went to Firestone. I always go to Bombay Hill.
It's a people used to walk. You can walk from Habel, because Habel, those say Habel was the city. For Firestone, Habel is the city. Then Dusa, where they had a hospital. That's the Dusa hospital. So Habel is where they have most of the senior start living. So those places, the market right there, they had, if I can remember, I think it was 2 brick buildings. They had small army group that were there, but they were not working for Firestone, but that were government deployed in there, and the police station was right there. The PPF had their own headquarters. The Plant Protection Force, they had their own headquarters. They used to control the entire division of Firestone Plantation. So it was not government, they didn't use AFL. So we should not get anything mixed up. It's not because you say other countries bring it, so you want. So it means that Joseph can take and give Sawyer to his son, to marry his son. If you got Brandon, you must get AFL Sawyer to go marry his son. Then what you got the executive marshal guy for? The EPS. The EPS is supposed to protect the first family. That job. The EPS is supposed to protect the first family. That job. It's not an army to go and protect people's brothers and sisters. No, it's not an army job. Get that straight. And get that you say, I'm focused on BBC. I get all the news from that paper today. Oh, I see it. That's why Keta calling me today for Mr. To. Keta called me today. Keta called me today by our business. Keta called me today. I see. That's what Keta called me for. Look, but to be honest with you, I'm not seeing the press or secretary the information from the marshal.
I want to upset with you because you're always on top of these things, and today you're not.
Today, the only thing I told you about it was that AFL hearing from the Capitol building. I monitor it. Even the radio station, normally in the morning, I would try to monitor some of the news before anything. But the person, we are coming, and he was directed not to go to this. I didn't see it. So all I said, the outfit doesn't look good. But the detail, I don't know, so I don't want to dive into it. But now they're coming all on me. That look, Kete,
All right, Mr. Josh.
Please, your fan, you're thinking the local man or the party. You see the news are hearing that they want me using language chairman of the party.
Yeah, so it's coming from a big crew CDC now.
Yeah, crew CDC. They won't go back to the service.
All right, Mr. Josh, thank you very much for joining me tonight. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, great conversation. The war on economic crime, I know it's a tough thing.
Yeah.
It is a tough, especially when it comes to the war side. The economic side, more people will support that. You will not see the divide too much on the economic side. But when it comes to the war side, we're going to see a divide. Because other people feel that people want to go after certain people. And because one way or another, there have been some beneficiaries from that side, they don't want to see their owner being handled. So that way we see the big divide. But on the economic side, you have majority. People say yes, because they can say, okay, people make restitution or we can see this property. But with the economics, with the war side, maybe if someone is going to maybe throw into jail, and that they don't want to see. So I know we have a big divide on that side, but however, the Nazi war crime today, people say somebody are still prosecuting people.
Yeah, that's true.
Why do you think the people are doing it? First of all, why do you think the people are doing it? Because people have studied history that when people do this thing, they are not accountable. The possibility of people repeating it is almost 90% or 99% that people can do it again.
Okay.
So, everybody,
all right,
great conversation.
Let's come into Mr. So show tomorrow, where we'll have the opportunity to talk more Tabata.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let him push me around, but I'll be ready. But on a very
we have a good conversation tonight. It's just that you don't want to, because you're a liberal, maybe you don't want to, but we've been cool tonight.
Of course, Mr. So not yet. If Mr. So you are going to take on your conservative behavior. Not yet. Watch tomorrow. You yourself, you will detect yourself tomorrow. But whenever Mr. So you put on your conservative hat tonight, you are not liberal, but you are like independent. Whenever you come on, you consider you're independent. But when Mr. So here, you can complete conservative.
No, don't be that broken. No, what the other guy said, you sometimes you can be told, I want to go on your business, and I say yeah, but then you just deviate from that.
Thank you, Mr. George. Thank you very much. And we'll say good night to you. Again, folks, Samson to La Bropa Radio. We're way past time here. I want to thank all of you that made all comments, those of you that call, and those of you that follow. We say thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow on Mr. Soul Show, and we'll have a wonderful, wonderful show. I want to thank all of you for fathering. I want to thank all of you for supporting. Please let us continue to pray for one another and put ourselves in God's hand from day to day. The God we know is good and He's real. I will say thank you very much. Let's have fun again. We'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, folks.
Le père, votre vignon. Cadeau! Baïmaoa! Ablenyoa! On soit tout le peu Ablenyoa. Moi, na kai kai. Fond de siate de Sébi. Zouzou!